Hi everyone, welcome to a quick video on the potting sheds at the walled garden of Prudhoe Hall. Now I've wanted to document the potting sheds and the gardener's cottage for some time, so today, in excellent weather, I'd planned to get the footage I needed to make a half decent film. I'm grateful to the friend of mine who accompanied me today, although I'm not quite sure this was exactly what he had in mind when he asked me if I'd like to meet up. I started by having a look at the first potting shed. As you can see, it's joined onto the gardener's cottage, but can only be accessed through the adjoining greenhouse. Walking between the derelict greenhouses is sketchy at best. The wooden floor covering the old ducting for the heating pipework bows beneath you with every step. Into the second potting shed, and I was immediately drawn to the cast iron fireplace at the far end, which I assume was used for heating the greenhouse. Through the adjoining door led into another potting shed containing a really old Belfast-style sink. I came across this old laminated sheet containing the telephone numbers of some of the buildings on the Prudhoe Hospital estate. Just in case you ever need it, the phone number for Norham is 4530. Through the adjoining door brought you into potting shed number 3 and the wonderful painting on the wall left over from hospital days. I'd love to know more about this painting, including who painted it. Either way, it was the highlight of the trip for me. One other thing I'd like to know is where these stairs lead to. I certainly wasn't going to risk falling down them for the sake of a 5-minute video. Perhaps it was a root cellar. Perhaps it had another purpose. If you know, drop me a message, because there's one other theory knocking about my head which I don't really want to publicise. At this point I was ready to have a look in the gardener's cottage. As a precaution, I shouted out a warning in case anyone was in there. Remember, this is a derelict building, and derelict buildings can attract all sorts. After shouting once again and receiving no reply, I climbed in and had intended going from room to room, upstairs and downstairs. The doors to the rooms downstairs were all closed, which I found quite odd. Just as I was about to push the first door open, I heard a loud thud. Now that thud could have come from anywhere, including the neighbouring estate. But it was enough to make me change my mind and get out of the building. So there you are, a failed attempt to document the gardener's cottage and potting sheds in full. Until next time, bye for now.